I think most of you out there saw President Trump's words concerning Israel and concerning the hostages. President Trump spoke directly about this, pointing towards Saturday. And of course, this is being released on Friday, which is Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone. And I'll say a little bit more about that at the close. But he was pointing to the ceasefire concerning Israel and Hamas. And I don't know what's going to happen on Saturday. Nobody does. The Lord knows. But his call for all of the Israeli hostages demanding that they be released, or, you know what, it's time for Israel just to go full on. And I couldn't agree more. We are always praying for Israel. We are a ministry that loves Israel. We make no apologies for that. It has been tremendous celebrating the Israeli hostages that have been released, but I'm with President Trump. I'm so sick of the drip and the drab of just a few hostages here, a few hostages there, and really Hamas having the upper hand. And so we're not going to relent. We're not going to let go until we see all of these hostages released. And speaking of breakthroughs concerning hostages, man, we've been praying consistently. For those of you that are viewing, those of you that are listening out there, we've been praying for the ending of this horrific war with Russia and the Ukraine. And yesterday, President Trump, and I hope most of you saw this, but he released a statement after talking with Putin and then talking with Zelensky. And I'm going to quote President Trump here for just a moment. He said, "I had a lengthy and highly productive phone call with President Vladimir Putin from Russia. We discussed the Ukraine, the Middle East, energy, artificial intelligence, the power of the dollar, and various other subjects. We both reflected on our great history of our nations and the fact that we fought so successfully together in World War II, remembering that Russia lost tens of millions of people, and we likewise lost so many. We each talked about the strengths of our respective nations and the great benefit that we'll someday have in working together. But first," Trump goes on, "that we agreed we want to stop the millions of deaths taking place in the war with Russia and the Ukraine." President Putin even, this is Trump, he said, "President Putin even used my very strong campaign motto of common sense. We both believe strongly in it. We agreed to work together very closely, including visiting each other's nations, and we agreed to our respective teams starting negotiations immediately. We will begin by calling President Zelensky of Ukraine to inform him of this conversation, something which I will be doing right now." Trump goes on, he says, "I have my Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, and Directors of CIA, John Ratcliffe, National Security Advisor, Michael Waltz, and Ambassador of Special Envoy, Steve Witkoff, to lead the negotiations, which I feel strongly will be successful. Millions of people have died in a war that never should have happened. And if I were president, but it did happen. And so it must end. No more lives should be lost." And I want to thank President Putin for his time and effort with respect to this call and for the release yesterday of Mark Fogel, a wonderful man I personally greeted last night in the White House. I believe this effort will lead to a successful conclusion, hopefully soon. I thought that was incredible. It's just, and I want to jump to Mark Fogel in just a second because that was so powerful. But man, I love what we're seeing with President Trump. Everybody can recognize this is a changed man. You listen to him. It's not that bolstering, cocky thing. He's just speaking very resolute, very calm. He said, frankly, he wants to be known and his legacy to be known as being a peacemaker. I think it's incredible. If you like this video today, please like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you in the next video.